Hello everyone, welcome on back to Court Farms. So, we're in the next month, so we're May, so it should be about 1 month until field beans, which at the garden center is currently going down. That's not a good sign. It's supposed to continue going up. That's the hope. Because I would like not to sell it for $160,000, so hopefully it goes up elsewhere. Yeah, let's go and rent our windrower. So unfortunately, I went and checked again. Still don't have access to the DLC because I'm recording the last two back to back. That's why. Even though they are about 2 days apart usually. So windrowers, we'll probably get the one that we've been using a lot. So we'll lease that. So then we'll head to the store. So my plan is to get everything windrowed up. First things first. And then we'll go and do some spraying. It shouldn't take too long. We have 3 fields. The one is obviously a pretty good sized field. But either way, it shouldn't really take too long. Then we'll go back to the grass field and get everything picked up. Which really probably won't take too long either. It's hard to say because this time it's actually fertilized. And I believe the lime should actually count now. If that makes any sense. Because we limed it a while ago, but I think I limed it so late that it didn't really take effect for that cut. So I would think we should be getting more than 1 pit from this time at least. That's my hope at least. Whether we'll get it or not remains to be seen. If we do, then we'll probably just sell that 1 pit. It's because it probably won't be too much. Now the fun part is, since we waited a day, probably won't be nearly as easy to see any of the places that we cut. At least not that well. I'll lower that down and turn it on. This swath looks like a fairly good size. I can't really remember if it's any bigger than what it was last time. I would hope it is. Well, I don't know. We'll do at least 1 lap around. Then we'll do up and down the field. It's usually what works best, I find. At least for spots that have been windrowed. I don't know. You really don't know how well it'll yield before you put it, either in bale form, obviously, or into a pit. You just don't know. Obviously, yeah, when I was mowing, I believe it was just a little bit better of a yield. So that should say it should be a little bit better. I would hope. I would hope. This should be the time with lime and fertilizer on it. I don't know if it's all the way fertilized. It was just, a thin, just a small layer of slurry. I wonder what they have growing down there. I think last time it was cotton, I believe. It was at least. Just curious. Oh, it's cotton again. What are the chances that they do cotton twice? Like, usually the CPU or the AI kind of just does whatever they feel like it. You know? One time it'll be cotton, the next time it'll be corn. They just kind of do whatever they want. But they actually did the same thing twice. Wow. I did look at the contract, I know. When that contract was up on the contracts board. Really not worth it. It's really not. It's kind of surprising because cotton is worth a lot. But yeah, so you got to figure in. You only get so much at the end of the day. You only get that last little bit is what goes to you. Otherwise, you know, everything goes to the farmer. Which is fair. Obviously, it's their crop. But we really didn't make much. It would be like 4,000, I think it was. Oh, and for any console players, Court Farms is on console now. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I saw something about that. Figured I'd mention that since I'm sure, you know, everybody plays on different platforms and everything. I think technically it's a new released map, I believe. Is when you look at the latest, it's considered a new map. So, I don't know. I know there is a PC version of the new version, I guess, for console. It's slightly smaller than the one that was available at launch. But it's been a pretty good map, I would say. No big complaints from me, at least. Well, I'll do a short time lapse. It won't take too long. We'll just finish windrow in this field, and then we'll get the tires switched over on this and start getting the fields sprayed. So I'll talk to everyone once that is done. Alright, so this should be the last grassed windrow here. So it gets really fun right at the end. So that should be the last we'll need the windrower for well, until the next time we rent it. I don't have any plans to buy one right now, because really we use it for this field. And that's it. So it really doesn't make sense to buy it. Obviously, it wasn't the sale just the other day. Yesterday. Or last month. I would have bought it if we weren't saving for a new tractor and planter. I would have bought it then. I'm not gonna lie. It was a pretty good deal. Basically half off. Oh, I think the sprayer is in here. Yep. In the back corner. Now this shed is very empty. Really don't keep much in here. And honestly, I don't know if that new drill would fit in there. Really don't know. I'll top this off. Oh, okay. I was wanting to get rid of that herbicide. So I don't know. We could probably put the cedar planter in there. But we also already have the combine in there. But maybe we put the header somewhere else. Yeah, I guess I really haven't decided on where things will be stored. It's not really something that you really think of, I guess. Because that planter will be significantly bigger than anything else that we put into that back shed. And it can not be very much fun trying to back something into there. The weeds are definitely fully grown, the weeds. It's hard to say, because the crop doesn't take that long to grow. Really, when you think of it, you're harvesting in like September time. I just realized that looks exactly like soybeans. That stage. Yeah. I guess I really haven't paid attention to the growth cycles of field beans either, though. So maybe they look very similar and then they just get sprayed, I believe, to kill off. Because field beans are basically, as far as my understanding, is they spray them to kill them and then they harvest, I believe. I don't really know much about it, so maybe it's a similar plant already to soybeans. Maybe it is, super similar. That's why it looks similar. And actually, just the other day, I was looking at my YouTube recommended, right? And there was a actual, kind of like a tour of the real life Court Farms, at least of the main farm area. Obviously, the fields and stuff aren't there, but very interesting to see. There are obviously differences between the in-game one and real life, whether to make things better for the gaming experience, the moving around and everything. And obviously, I believe that front horse area is actually is it donkeys? No, camels. I think it's camels. I don't remember what they had in there. I'll try to remember to link it down below, but a lot of the areas that you'll see that aren't really used, well, there's actually one or two animals are actually there in real life. So that's why it's different. Oh, it was very interesting. Oxygendavid went through the lengths of, figuring out how it looks in real life, then taking that and then putting into the game and then moving things to kind of make it a better gaming experience, I guess. Because obviously things you do in real life are different than what you would want in game. Then I think the pigs are actually sheep. I think something like that. The pig area is actually where the sheep are in real life. I don't think there actually is a pen where the sheep are, I think. I don't remember. It's been a couple days now since I've watched it. We definitely be interesting to see in other maps too that are based off real life areas, how close is it? And I just see things they change to make it better for the game. I don't know. Maybe that's just me though. Well, I think I'll go ahead. We'll time-lapse the rest of this field, and we'll get a start on those fields. We'll see how far we get. We'll do the usual 10-ish minutes. If we're done before then we're done before then. Then we'll get working on the silage. We'll start getting all the grass picked up and put it into a pit. I would imagine we might need the second pit, actually. Hopefully. I'm hoping we do. I would hope. We'll see. So I'll go ahead and start the time lapse. Alrighty, so we're on the last field here. Not much left. Probably 2-3 strips. Then we can get started into the grass field. Try to get as much as we can of that picked up today. Well, I'll get the whole thing picked up. It's just, you know, curious on how much it yields and everything. But I keep thinking it's going to be more, but I don't know. I also didn't think we'd have a sheer drop off like we did was it the first time? Between the first time and the second time, there's a sheer drop off in the amount we got. I don't know what I did different. Well, I think the only difference is I didn't use a forge wagon the second time. But that shouldn't really matter because I wasn't using like a silage additive or anything. So it shouldn't have really mattered. I wouldn't think, at least. Give us a little bit here. But maybe it does. Maybe there is a difference. It would be weird to think. Why would there be a difference? But I don't know. So there we have that. That is done. We won't have to worry about these fields till later in the year when it's time to harvest them. Get that dropped off. We'll go and get the tires changed. Yeah, the slurry is at 64,000. So we don't have much more until it is full. So we'll have to try to use it, because I don't want to max it out, because I believe cows don't produce as much milk then, and we would not want that to happen. It seems to be taking a while to fill up again, so maybe it won't be much of a difference. I'll have to check that video at the end of this one. I'll check and just kind of cross-reference, but still, we're 60 some full, 75% full. It's hard to tell because it's kind of spasming out. But 98, 99. Well, actually, it's already is full. Just there's a small capacity in the actual pickup. Still, we went a good amount of the ways around the field. Kind of makes me think that it won't be much different. If it isn't, then we might look to, next time, try it with a forage wagon. Just to see. Oh. If there isn't much of a difference, then we'll gladly look to buy the forage pickup in the future. I wouldn't think there is, but I don't know. Maybe it was just a fluke thing the first time, too. Who knows? It's possible it was fully, fertilized everything for us, and that's why it was so much. Yeah, I'll probably make it to the other end of the field on this, which kind of tells me we'll get more than just one swipe through with when we go up and down. I find it really weird that it's spazzing me out. I don't remember it doing that last time. There we go. Yeah, we got a little bit left over down here, but not much. And the second load. High demand at Value View stores. I doubt it's something we have because we don't have that much of product to sell. So I wouldn't think we do. Well, we'll get started on another trailer load. So we'll probably go ahead. Oh, I think the trailer got some air there. Probably time-lapse some. I feel like I just did one. But the only way to really finish this field in a quick manner is to do that, unfortunately. So I will time-lapse for a while. If this does take longer than it should, then we'll just end up doing a jump cut or something, but I don't think it should. Knock on wood. Alrighty, so we should have probably one more thing of chaff to go in there. How much do we have in here now? 150,000 liters. We will have to obviously fix, this top portion. But that'll be done with the telehandler. Should probably be what? One more trailer load? I'm assuming. But again, we didn't... Oh. Again, we didn't really need the second silage bunker. So I don't know. The only difference between every time is the forage wagon. Is the item we use to pick it up. That's the only difference. So I think next time we'll probably try one of those just to see if there's a difference. I don't think there should be. Obviously we could use silage additive. So I might go back and look to see if we did. I would doubt we did that time. Because we really didn't need much. So I would have doubt that we'd use any additive for that. This won't even be a full load either, I don't think. 72, 75, 76, 77. Oh, no, it's going all over the place. It seems to say it's like not flicker all over the place if you're like dead on. I think there's some spots down here that we didn't get. May as well drop that and we can return it. It's a nice item. It really is. You can use basically everything with it. It really is. Yeah. Literally every item, as far as I can see. Go ahead and return that. So what we'll be at 775,000 liters? I don't know. I don't remember what we were at last time. I'll probably go through and look at the old episodes to see what we ended up with those times. I'll have to clean up the manure too. I see that's in there. They shouldn't be making any more now since there isn't any straw. Since I decided not to do both of those. At some point we might look to do a spreader. We'll see. I really don't know how that works with precision farming, so I'll have to try it and see. Best way to do things is to try. At least test it and see. There we go. Well, we'll still have the other bunker open to put this trailer. This is kind of the place I started putting this trailer since, well, there isn't usually silage in it. Let's see what we ended up with. Almost 176,000 liters. Almost. It's possible some of this that's right at the top isn't counting too. That's really not much. So, yeah, I'll take a look at the old ones, old episodes to see. I'll try to remember to let everybody know what we got last time, if this is more. But yeah, the first time, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was 2 bunkerfuls. Well, anyways, that is everything for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.